Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome back to another news-related video. This is Dasho Rhodes here. I am back to talk about another reboot. Yes, we're getting another reboot. From Nickelodeon / Paramount, because Paramount owns Nickelodeon. And I kind of want to talk about this. So yeah, I want to talk about this. But if you guys haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. It will hit the notification bell, so that way you guys can stay up to to my channels and all that, and my videos, I should say, and all that, and it can help me out a lot too. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and get started on this. So we're gonna be talking about the Backyardigans. You know the Backyardigans? I remember the Backyardigans. I don't remember exactly when they came out exactly, but I do remember the Backyardigans was a show that came out in the early 2000s. In a way, it's kind of like shows like, let's say, Little Bear, or there's another show, which, by the way, apparently, I was watching a little bit of it, on YouTube, I think it was. I don't know where to find it, but it's also got bears in it, too, and all that, and basically, I wasn't aware that Little Bear kind of had a similar show to what the other one was with Imagination and all that. But basically though is I don't remember the name of the show, but yeah, it's basically it's got bear cubs in it too and all that, and I think Little Bear probably copied them. But the thing is though is they focus a lot on storytelling and imagination. That's kind of what Backyardigans did too. Backyardigans was kind of more of a show focused on imagination. Focusing on the animals, having their imagination and all that. So that way kids can watch and imagine them in the show and all that. That was the whole point of the show. Well, apparently it's going to be getting a reboot. Yes, that we're going to reboot this show. They're going to reboot it, or actually, I don't know, have they already rebooted it? I'm not really sure. But I do know it's in the works at least. I don't know if it already has been rebooted or not, but I know people have talked about it and all that. So I'm technically late to the party. And personally, in my opinion, I'm going to say this before I start talking about my thoughts on this. Well, this isn't really like an opinion thing, but I'm going to say I wanted to say I've been kind of late to these, talking about this news stuff. I want to clarify that this channel is not really focusing on news stuff as it happens right off the bat. I more have this section to talk about my thoughts on it. I thought about putting the videos and the thoughts and theories and all that, but honestly, I kind of like keeping that stuff more so for the shows and all that I watch, and all that, than having it in this stuff. So, I'm probably just going to keep it in the news-related videos. I'll probably eventually switch the videos over from that are in there for this stuff, because I want to keep that stuff separate. I was just trying a little experiment to see how it worked. I think it was around the beginning of this year, and I kind of like doing it this way better, so I'm just going to keep doing it like this. But yeah, so some of these videos might be a little bit late, but it doesn't mean I still can't talk about my thoughts about them. And this is something that happened a week ago or something. Someone announced. It's been kind of all over the internet. So I just wanted to kind of state that, but because I've been having ups and downs during the weeks and all that, because I've been going through some stuff. So, yeah, that's kind of what's been going on there. But I just wanted to kind of fill in, exactly like why some of these are uploaded later too and all that. I might even bring it up in like other videos too, in case some people are not interested in watching this stuff all the time. But this is just kind of more me giving my personal opinion on this stuff. So yeah. But let's go ahead and talk about it, because I'm talking about it right now, That's what this video is about, is the Backyardigans reboot. The original one, the original Backyardigans came out. It came out a long time ago. It came out like in the early 2000s. Like I said, I don't remember when it came out, so I can't really tell you. But apparently it's getting a reboot. Yeah, see, it's getting a reboot and all that, and I gotta say, I kind of am with people on the designs. I think they look a bit kind of creepy looking, which I don't know if people say they look creepy. They look more, people are saying they look more so, they look very cheap and all that. I think they look creepy. Like, look at their eyes. Like, their pupils are like a lot bigger. It's supposed to make them look cuter, but it makes them look a lot more creepy to me, and they also look shorter and all that. They still kind of look, similar in ways, and all that to their original counterparts. I mean, they're a little bit dressed a little bit different and all that, but they do look a little bit, different, but I don't really care for their designs and all that, and I don't know, I feel like Backyardigans, maybe, I don't know, like, I can't really say because I have not seen the show. Like I said, I don't know if it's actually out or not yet, but I do know that it's kind of hard to recreate something like the Backyardigans, because the Backyardigans, the whole point of the show was it focused on 5 characters. I forgot their... I forgot their names. Like, I don't remember their names. Like, I think there's there's Pablo, who's the penguin. There's Austin, who's I think he's the kangaroo, and Malikala is the pink. Honestly, I have no idea what the hell, what she is. If somebody wants to tell me, that's fine, because I honestly, even watching this show when I was little, I was like, what is she? What is she? I eventually figured out what Austin was. Like, I think he's a kangaroo. He's just purple. But I don't know what she is. Like, what is she, I don't even know what she is. But I do know the other characters, like, Tyrone is the orange, Moose, and Tasha is the, I think Tyrone is his name. I could be wrong, but Pablo is the bluebird, and, it's... Like, I'm pretty sure I think he's a penguin. I don't think he's I think he's a penguin. So he's a penguin, but yeah, basically though, you follow these 4, people, and the whole episodes take place in their imagination. Well, Little Bear and its copycat, its predecessor, because I think, I don't know, I can't really say, but I was watching this show, and like I said, it's part of Sprout. I think it's part of Sprout, but I think Little Bear copied it in a way, but it still looked a little bit different. I don't know, but it definitely looked like a very similar show in a way. It even felt very similar. I actually have not seen Little Bear in a long time though, but I saw this other show. I was watching it on TV, like I found it on YouTube, decided to start watching it, and I don't know, it just felt like Little Bear, but I'd have to watch the shows like back to back to kind of figure things out. But this show, there's not really much to really remember. It's just about, like I said, it's about the whole episodes are all about, them going on imagination and their adventures. They go on an adventure and all that, and I remember the show not being too bad. I can't really say how well it holds up, though, because I have not seen it in a while, but I remember it being kind of fun, Like, they go on and, like, one episode, they use their imagination to go to Mars, which I thought was pretty cool, Because Because, I mean, I think people right now, I believe, are working on trying to go to Mars, but that hasn't really gone anywhere yet, I don't think. But I do know they're working on that, so. But they are working on going to Mars. It's just, they haven't really got to it yet, so. But yeah, basically though, that's kind of the whole point of the show. So them rebooting it, I don't know how well that would work out. I guess they want the characters to look maybe a little bit different than the original, but I'm just like, I don't know, I feel like they could just continue it on or something, I guess, I don't know. I mean, I'll probably have to get different voice actors though, because the other show came out years ago. And all the voice actors who play the characters are all grown up now and probably have kids of their own. But I don't know. I mean, I would really hate if they rebooted this show and they completely changed up the purpose, because this is one of those shows I feel like, unlike Mickey Mouse, I think, if I remember correctly, because I remember that being my complaint when I was little watching this show, I was like, it feels like it's too small. Like there aren't a lot of, a lot of characters in the show and all that. But I can't say anything, but I don't think it really needs a whole lot of characters anyway, because I feel like it. But I could be wrong. I don't know, but that's the thing though. But that's the thing. If they added a bunch of background characters and all, that would probably ruin the show. I'm not gonna lie. That would completely change it and ruin it and all that. But like shows like Mickey Mouse, I can definitely say Mickey Mouse Clubhouse definitely would needs more background characters. That show feels so freaking empty. Like it's so empty and all that. It's so empty. This show, I feel like, if I remember correctly, they make it work because they use their own imagination and become those characters in their imagination. So in a way, it doesn't feel like, it doesn't feel like they actually, need multiple different characters. But again, I could be wrong because I've not seen the show in a while, but I don't know if it really needs a reboot or not. I don't know. But that's what people said about the Fairly Odd Parents, and I hear that show is actually really good. I can't watch it though, because I wanted to do a review on it, but I can't freaking watch the damn show because I don't have access to it. I don't have access to the show at all, so I can't, watch. I can't watch it, so I have no way to, actually watch the show because it's not on, but it's not on Paramount or anything, so I don't know where this show is gonna be at. I think some people said it was supposed to be on YouTube. I don't know, but I just know that's the problem with streaming services. They freaking spread their shit out all over the goddamn place where you can't find anything you want to watch. It's just freaking annoying. And a lot of people are saying things would have been better on Netflix, and I gotta say, even though I will say it was better when everything was on one platform. The problem is Netflix probably would eventually start becoming cable again. It become cable. I don't think it become as expensive as cable, because cable is freaking expensive, but it's definitely gone up, and they don't even have access to all the shows. They don't. But the thing they're going up to $25 or something like that. That's like a quarter of what you could pay for cable and all that, and I mean it's still way cheaper than cable. But that's the thing though, it's going up, and you can get deals and all that too. But still, it's just more annoying having to do it that way. That's kind of the whole thing with the ads in general. You could pay to get rid of ads, but they were so much better on cable. As someone who grew up watching cable and Dish and all that, they were so much better than they are on streaming. They really were. It was more expensive, but they were a lot better. Instead of you watching something and the freaking ads play every few minutes, it would take 11 minutes to like, basically some channels it would be the end of the episode before they would start playing ads. Now they play ads all the fucking time, and you can't watch something without them popping in your face every few seconds. And the ads are getting longer too. I've had this problem with YouTube and then Hulu. Hulu's having that problem, and then we have I don't watch Hulu a lot anymore, but occasionally I'll watch it. Occasionally I'll watch Hulu. But yeah, I'll watch Hulu, and then I'll watch, other stuff and all that. I think Paramount, honestly probably has the best, ads, because, honestly, it's kind of like cable, where they'll just play at the end of each episode, you watch, instead of playing a million times in the middle of the episodes. But it's still freaking annoying, because you're still, you're still paying for all these... ads and all that, to, get rid of them, or even if you keep the ads, you're still paying for all these damn streaming services, so it's freaking not worth it. It's not only you can get the streaming services for free, but you gotta deal with fucking ads all the damn time. It's not worth it. So yeah, the whole thing's just stupid and all that, and I really wish you could kind of go back to the way it was. It's kind of getting back to it, but the problem is people now these days just now realized how much better it was with this stuff back then. The problem is it's a little too late now, because with video stores and all that, they've closed them all down. Now you're kind of scrambling for DVDs. You can always not bother watching it. That's kind of what I'm doing, because I can't be paying for, another platform like YouTube TV or something to watch this stuff. I can't do that because I don't have the money. I gotta wait until it comes out on the platform that I want, versus back in the day where I could get this shit on DVD all the time. Now, I guess technically with Nickelodeon, that was one problem I had with them too, is a lot of their stuff did not come on DVD. Even when they ended the shows, they didn't come on DVD. Like Blue's Clues, for example. Blue's Clues they ended Blue's Clues. They ended that, I think it was 2004 or 2005. They ended Blue's Clues, the original series. And basically, they never released a complete set of it. Well, other studios have released seasonal sets and all of that, so you can at least watch them. Blue's Clues never did that, and that goes for Dora Explorer and all that. All these shows that got canceled. Well, to be fair, I guess Dora Explorer got canceled around when streaming was becoming bigger, but still, Blue's Clues and Backyardigans. Backyardigans, I think, lasted a couple years, and they got canceled. So, but basically, all these shows and all that don't really have a lot of DVDs to them. You could probably find a bunch of DVDs of the stuff, though. You can, but it's just very hard, to access the stuff, It's really hard. I mean, I have access to, I think I counted the episodes of Blue's Clues. I think you have, I think I have 50-something episodes of access to them, and all that, but that's nothing compared to, because there's still 90-something episodes I'm missing of that show. So it's really annoying. It really is annoying that Nickelodeon has done this stuff, but there just isn't really much you can do about it, But that's the problem too. Is they're expecting you to pay them on streaming platforms. People don't have the damn money to pay for it, so they just kind of wait. They just either can't watch it, or they just have to hope it comes on DVD and watch it then. And that's what's happening. I think they are starting to release this stuff on DVD more. I have noticed. Well, they are releasing stuff on DVD, but it's still a pain in the ass to actually get the DVDs you want, because they still don't have all of them on there. But yeah, basically just kind of what it is. It's just that streaming's not doing as well as they were hoping either. And like I've said, if everything was still on Netflix, I've said this in the past, I'll say it again. even if it was on Netflix, it wouldn't matter anyway because they would still be losing money because people, the audience and the people making the stuff would still lose money because the people making the stuff wouldn't be making profit on the stuff as much because it's too cheap, so they would be forced to raise the prices. That's what's happened. That's what happened with like Disney Plus and all that. Disney Plus, I think they were going to raise the prices anyway because you know how they are, but like $6.99 for a platform is very cheap, coming from them, so I knew they were going to do that, but like Paramount's having to raise their prices, HBO Max is having to raise their prices, they're all having to raise their prices because, like I said before, they're not making the money they need to pay for it. And if everything was still on Netflix, they would still have the same problem. And then and not only that, but people can't all afford the stuff, so they had to cut some stuff back and all that anyway because like I think some people have been cutting Netflix because they can't afford Netflix, so they've had to cut some stuff there. So yeah, that's the problem. And when you got shit like this going to other platforms and all that you're not subscribed to, it makes it more complicated to find what you're looking for. And even when you know what it's on, you still gotta pay more for it. It's just not fucking worth it. It's just not worth it. Even if the show is really good, I'm not lying. I really want to watch that Fairly Odd Parents show. I want to watch it so bad, but like I said, I don't have the fucking money to be paying for it, It's like, YouTube TV is one of the examples it's on. I think it's also on, I think it says Food TV or something like that. I don't know what that even is and all that, but I'm just like, why not just put it on freaking Paramount Plus, Why not put it on there? I don't really get that, But that's just kind of how it is. And, I think them rebooting the stuff and all that, it's probably not going to be usually as good as the original. But people have had problems with the original Fairly Odd Parents. So, them rebooting it, I think, they say they fixed a lot of problems with the original show. But even in the first couple seasons, people really liked. So, I don't know. I don't know what to really say there, but this is definitely a common thing they've been doing lately. They rebooted Dora Explorer. They rebooted that. They've rebooted, Blue's Clues, Blue's Clues and You. I will say that I was gonna save it for a review to talk about that, but I will mention I'll probably still review it in the future. But I will say that show kind of sucks. They basically rip off episodes from the original show and all that, and it sucks. And all that, but I'm just like, I don't want to watch that either. I have seen some DVDs of that show, but yeah, most of the episodes are rip-offs. I think I've seen some original episodes on that show, but a lot of them are rip-offs of previous episodes that done this shit way better and all that with better graphics, because the graphics in Blue's Clues and You look fucking lifeless. That's the problem with a lot of these shows too. The CGI in general, I think a lot of times it looks very lifeless compared to 2D animation. 2D animation just has more color and brightness to it than CGI. CGI can work at times, but most of the time I think 2D animation looks better, I think it looks way better, but that's just my opinion. But yeah, I think though with they're gonna keep rebooting more and more of their shows because Paramount's bleeding money into all of Hollywood's bleeding money. Paramount's had to merge with Skydance Studios to keep them alive and all that. And honestly, I don't know how well that's gonna go, especially since people don't seem to like John Lasseter too much. Who knows? They may just end up firing him and just and all that, which that would be a stupid idea because honestly, I feel like he was fixing he was what kind of kept Disney alive once they fired him and all that. Well, Disney was struggling before that, but I mean, I have heard complaints about John Lasseter, but nothing compared to Dan Strider. Dan Strider, I've heard way more complaints about and all that, and people don't want to work with Dan Strider, I don't think. People still want to work with John Lasseter, so clearly, there probably was some bullshit stuff going on behind the scenes that wasn't real. They probably just wanted an excuse to get rid of him and all that. But there's literally people who are men and women, who are like both that are working for John Lasseter. So clearly something was going on. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes anymore with this stuff. But I'm gonna probably go ahead and let things go from here. But I will see you all next time and all that. I don't have a lot to say about this reboot, but I just think at this point Hollywood's kind of just bleeding money at this point. They need something to get their money back. But I thought they need to focus more on our original content. I don't mind there being reboots of shows sometimes, but we don't need reboots of stuff all the time. And I feel like stuff, especially with Paramount, Paramount's been rebooting shit left and right, which is not good. They need original stuff. But I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and let things go from here. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.